Hey guys, it's Ben. It is Thursday afternoon. Just got back from running some errands, got my hair cut and everything. Uh, it's been a little hectic over here. My mom got out of the hospital and the surgery it was a success. But my mom is in tremendous amounts of pain. She really, like, she can't walk right now. She can't get up, and it's been taking a toll. And I totally understand. I know what it's like to be in a medical situation where you just feel powerless. For those of you who don't know, I'm a type 1 diabetic. Been dealing with it since I was about 7 years old. So, the frustration with doctor stuff and frustration with, having to deal with hospitals and all, I feel her pain on that. In terms of her physical pain, I can't relate to that. She's definitely a trooper. And so, it'd been, I'm not trying to bring everybody down. I just was wondering, just keep my mom in your prayers, in your thoughts, whatever the hell atheists do. Just positivity, please. So yeah, aside from that, bit of downerishness. Well, no, not really aside from downerishness. Kind of adjacent, but not nearly as serious. I saw this thing about how now there's all kinds of news coming out about basically publications like the Mary Sue, which, come on, you want to talk about butthurt. Publications like that are running these stories about once again we're leaning back on the old alt-right agitators, alt-right monsters, the Nazis. When are people gonna wake up and recognize the fact that that cover from Time magazine does not define the actual dynamics of America? Yeah, we're just, but this is how it works. This is how all these fascistic little movements operate. They label you something and they stick to it, even when it comes out that nope, all of this was based on hearsay, all of this was based on broad stroking a very complicated event, all of this was based on one person's side of the story without getting the other person's side, or getting the other person's side of the story and then just flat out ignoring it because of their gender. And this is, I wouldn't be making a video like this if this was just what was happening on the political stage. Because, this has been happening on the political stage. Most people don't realize. It's been happening in politics itself for a long, long time. But now it's the fact that they've decided to bleed this over into entertainment, particularly escapist entertainment. By the way, I am so effing sick of this stupid argument that they keep trying to say that the entire reason for Comicsgate is to keep women and minorities out of comics. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with this foolishness? My God. No. We are not against LGBT people We are not against people of color. We are not against them being comic book creators. We are not against them telling stories that relate to their personal perspective in life. We are not against any of that. Okay? We are against this stupid notion that in order to prop up one group of people, you have to cut down the other. It's this dumb, bizarre thing. Like, it's like, you know, it's all been on this kind of like pendulum, the scales. You know what I mean? The scales. You know, and it's like the scales were, you know, tipped in favor of white people for a long time. So it's like in order to, I guess, remedy that, they feel like they have to tip it the other way. And it's like, they don't realize that they're basically just setting us up for just another round of race issues, another round of you know, totally senseless, you know, BS. People getting hurt over, you know, hearsay, over what semantics what you've used. You know, it's like I'm sorry. I probably, you know, just, you know, I am so effing tired of, like, you know, they just will not stop banging this stupid drum. They will not stop. But we will not stop creating. Period. Okay? You guys want to try to call me, you know, some stupid names on Twitter? Do it to your heart's content. But you're not going to stop me from producing my book. Period. Weirdly enough, I know that a lot of sensitive Brie Larson fans would probably call this an angry rant. Believe me, if you think this is me pissed off, God help you. So, I have gotten my saltiness out of the way. It needed to be said. Because, you know, I think I think this wears on a lot of people. People who like Comicsgate or are a part of Comicsgate, or people who left Comicsgate, which, by the way, I think for the most part, people who, quote, leave Comicsgate, they did so out of the peer pressure. They did so because they didn't want their names smeared all over tabloids and over stupid, fake journalism. It's not even journalism, it's their opinions, and they mix it in with like half of evidence. You know what I mean? Like they make sure to crop those conversations at the right spots. You know what I mean? So nuts. So nuts. You'd think that with SJWism, you'd think that if their philosophies were in any way morally defensible, you'd think that they would come out with a moral defense. Instead, they want to go around pointing at you, telling you everything you're doing wrong. And then when they, you know, whenever they talk about themselves, it's like, instead of it just being like, well, I said something that I shouldn't have said. I said something that was mean. I said something without thinking, blah, 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 and I apologized. You know, instead of just going through that, it's, well, you know what? Maybe you should take the time to, like, donate to some of these great charities for LGBT and POC, just, you know, so that, you know, you don't leave any lasting damage. Please, you know, like, get the fuck over yourself. You know, get over yourself. People have said far worse shit to me in the past, and I was able to let it go when they apologized. Because they explain themselves, and they say, you know, I feel bad about this, and yeah, that's kind of like Kindergarten 101 right here. You know, Apparently, everybody that is a part of this anti-CG crap, as much as they love to tell you that they are everybody else, they're not. They're a bunch of stunted children who don't know how to react when somebody disses them or throws some stupid joke at them. People throw stupid jokes at me all the time. I usually just kind of make fun of them right back. It's not that hard. Anyway, thank you so much for sitting through this saltiness. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you know, hopefully you guys can see that the results of, you know, actions speak louder than words. SJWs have a lot of words, very little actions. So, Comicsgate, the thing I love about Comicsgate compared to other walk-away movements in the past, or other, I guess, counter art movements, is the fact that, well, it's the fact that it is an art movement. Is, you know, my thing is, I don't like the idea of just people sitting around complaining about it and then not doing anything. Comicsgate people I respect the hell out of, because these idiots threw out their usual little jab of, well, you know, if you don't like it, don't buy it. You know what? Well, why don't you go ahead and make a comic for your little conservative friends? Why don't you do that? Why don't you make a little bit? And Comicsgate was the one that was like, okay, bring it on. Let's do this. And of course, they hate that because, you know, in their minds, you know, anybody who doesn't think the way they do needs to go to jail. Anyway, sorry about that. One little last bit of saltiness. Outlaw Nights is going to be coming to Indiegogo on September 24th. Be sure to look out for that. I'm really excited about it. I think my writing is pretty good, but I think definitely my little boy... Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I got distracted because I just saw my dog come out of the house. I gotta go right now, guys. I will talk to you later. I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye.